ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's. Try a Big Bacon Classic today. We welcome you back to Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive, part of ESPN's Road to Champ Week, presented by Wendy's. We are here in Logan, Utah, where the Aggies are rolling through the San Jose State Spartans, 51-14. Eric Rothman, Adrian Branch here with you, the start of the second half. And Mimi Keita, Sam Merrill, both with 14 points in that first half. Utah State as a team went 8 for 16 from three-point range. And Adrian, we talked about their health. They're at full strength. They've won 5 games in a row. They've won 8 of 9, and it doesn't seem like there's anything stopping the Aggies right now. Yeah,
and they can pour it on more if they needed to. Right now, I think it's all about San Jose State and attitude adjustment. Will they come out and really find out? Adversity introduces a man to himself, character to himself. So let's see if they can fight through the adversity and have something they can feel good about. It's all about the challenge.
The Aggies are holding on to the biggest halftime lead of the season, and they're also probably monitoring the scoreboard across the country as Colorado State and San Diego State are neck and neck at the half in that game. And now there's not a way for Utah State to mathematically catch San Diego State in the Mountain West rankings and move to #1. However, you wouldn't mind playing a depleted and down San Diego State team when it came to the NCAA tournament.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a saying, especially I learned this in the NBA, it's not who you play, it's when you play them. So right now, Utah State, they have been on fire. Their key guys are back. Keita is back, healthy, and being an inside presence. Sam Merrill is finishing with a bang. So you don't want to run into this buzzsaw. And oh, by the way, this is the same DNA that won this thing last year.
That's right. Won the regular season and won the tournament. Sam Merrill was the MVP of both. San Diego State's already beat Utah State twice. However, San Diego State coming off their first loss of the season to UNLV and now on the ropes against Colorado State. And they still have a tough game on the road at Nevada to finish out the season, whereas Utah State pretty well in hand here tonight, and then a game on the road against a depleted New Mexico team.
Yeah. And you look at it right now, it's all about Utah State and San Diego State until somebody makes it differently. So the way they're going, they have the reigning MVP, the conference MVP, and then you've got one of the best impact players in the post in Keita, who's playing very well. So the road still runs through them. Remember when Miami Dolphins said about 3 years ago, the championship to Tom Brady runs through them?
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
The chance of up by 40, and the math is correct as I check, 54-14. Aggies on top and looking for more. A leaping Justin Bean on the receiving end of a Sam Merrill assist. Assist number 465 in Merrill's illustrious career.
This is even testing I'm an enthusiast. I'm a positive kind of a person, but we can't gimmick the audience, and I know we've said that a few times. Right now, it's about the attitude, play by play. Throw out the score right now. Just try to build up some positive plays that you can feel good about yourself in the blue jerseys.
Eduardo Lane had the bucket, and then San Jose State on the defensive end got the turnover. Omari Moore, good baseline drive, kept alive by Lane. Tracked down by Diogo Brito, the senior from Portugal. Has had some international experience as a teenager for his home country. Both him and Mimi Keita are from Portugal. Keita, good move, got his own rebound. Will go back up with it. This time he was short, but the third time is a charm for Mimi Keita.
Soft hands in traffic, playing, staying with it. I think with even better competition, you would see a better Keita.
That's what Aggies fans are hoping for. They're hoping that if and when the Aggies play San Diego State in the conference tournament, might be in the championship game, they hope that Mimi Keita steps up to the plate because he's got a tall task, whether it's Yanni Wetzel for the Aztecs or Nathan Mensah, who's been out most of this season, but there's talks of him returning for the Mountain West tournament and the NCAA tournament. And so you talk about playing up to the competition. Queta might have that opportunity on a pretty big stage.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want the best playing against the best. No question marks. You want strength on strength. Nice double team, passing out of the double team.
Seneca Knight, who is coming off a game where he scored 37 points, is now 0 for 7 in this ballgame.
And hadn't been to the free throw line, I don't think, as well.
Nope. 0 for 7 from the floor, 0 for 4 from 3. Just missed another one.
If you notice one thing, Utah State going in for the dunk. Nice dunk.
Emphatic dunk from Omari Moore, the freshman from Pasadena.
One thing Utah State has not done is played around. They're not toying with them. The greatest respect you can have for competitors is play hard against them.
Utah State has played hard since the jump when they went up 19-0.
That's what you want to see. Go in there with an attitude. Nice finish. And you got to get back on the defensive end, build together some stops, and see if you can win this first 4-minute block.
It's a very young San Jose State team. Of the players who are active in this game, there's only one senior, and that's Bray Ivey, and he's a transfer from Riverside College. Jean Prelot is in his 3rd year at the helm of San Jose State after coming over. Spent 7 years as the associate head coach over at Colorado, and we talked about it, but consistently you're losing some of your best players to the transfer portal.
Cherry-picked.
And they're getting cherry-picked. And then you have to go and you got to find guys like Bray Ivey from a Riverside College, or you got to find a guy like Ralph Agee from East Los Angeles College, or Richard Washington from Tallahassee Community College. And you kind of have to piece together a team. As a good follow there by the freshman Omari Moore. And when you piece together a team of guys like that, that's not to knock the talent of those guys, but you have to get lucky. Some of those guys have to pop, and it just hasn't happened yet for San Jose State.
Immediately, you've got to be able to start clicking now, because this is a good team. This is a team that can win a game in the conference tournament. Great ball movement.
Merrill just inside the three-point line, spins out.
You know, one thing about Sam Merrill, he's never had 30 points. He's had 7 games of 30 points, but never won at home. That was interesting when I saw that.
Merrill pulling down the rebound. He's 14 points, 6 assists in this game. Second leading scorer for the Aggies behind Nimi Queta with 19 and 7. Coughed the ball up, another run out for Omari Moore, who's had a nice last 5 minutes of action.
Now for Utah State, who has this game under control, you don't want to play the scoreboard. You want to, if you're up by 20, you want to make it 25. Then you want to try to make 25 to 30. You want to try to build on it, and that's where you have to continue to execute. Don't get cute, don't get lackadaisical.
They've won 5 in a row: Wyoming, Fresno, Colorado State, Boise State, and UNLV. UNLV just knocked off San Diego State. Colorado State, a surprise in this conference so far. They're neck and neck with San Diego State right now down at Viejas Arena, as Omari Moore puts in a 3 as the freshman has 9 points now here in the second half, and he's not giving up. Nice to see the chutzpah of the freshman. San Jose State down 59-27. Nimi Queta, Adrian, 19 points, 7 of 14 shooting.
Yeah, in 20 minutes has 19 points. Tap in, second effort. The jump hook is working as well. Right there, up and under. Nice soft touch for him. The sky is the ceiling for him, and this is a great game to continue to work on his game. You want to see the ball go through the net. Nice touch. And also, he hadn't been getting any charges with the jump hook. 2 dribbles inside the paint. Excellent job this game.
You see the over life-size Nimi Queta in the student section. A menace on the court and off the court here at the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum in Logan, Utah. Eric Rothman, Adrian Branch with you. As Brock Miller tried to feed it inside to Nimi Queta, was knocked out of bounds, and bring us to another timeout on the floor. Why not? One play, and we'll send it back to break. 59-27 remains the score. Queta with 19 and 7. Saturday, our full day of college basketball is highlighted by two big games. First at 6 Eastern, it'll be number 7 Duke taking on Virginia. And then 9th-ranked Maryland leads the Big Ten by 2 games, and they'll host number 24 Michigan State, who is currently in 2nd place. Both games on ESPN and the ESPN app. Adrian, you were mentioning it earlier how wide open college basketball has been this year. And it kind of seems more this year than other years in recent past. That we've got a lot of A-minus teams, but not a whole lot of A-plus teams.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of times because the transfer portal, that should be a dunk.
It is. Nimi Keita's got 21.
Nice and easy for him. But this is a good confidence builder. You need a game like that to get your confidence going for this final push. But also the transfer portal. But look out west. I think Gonzaga can really make a lot of noise. San Diego State could make some noise. And then you look at a team like this right here with Utah State, they could win a game and possibly another one, but they're going to have people's full attention.
Absolutely. We'll turn it over there. Just the 8th turnover of the game on the Aggies leads to a run out for San Diego State, but a missed layup for Richard Washington.
Actually a good possession by San Jose State. Better rhythm.
Keita picked up the loose ball, kicked it out to Brito, his fellow countryman from Portugal.
Timely baskets are everything. Utah State has been doing that on this run where Sam Merrill has been playing so well.
The cheers you hear are for Roche Grootvan, the senior who is about to check into the game. On senior night, has not gotten a chance to play yet. Was here honored before the game with his host's family and his girlfriend and his beautiful baby. And getting a chance to get some playing time here on a senior night.
Never forget senior night. I remember mine many years ago. My mom was there, my dad, my grandparents had 30 points against Virginia, career high.
Keita plowing through Ralph Agee. 3rd game of the season with 20 or more for Nimi Keita. The 5th in his career as he's now up to 23.
23 easy for him.
9 of 16 shooting as Agee misses short. 4 for 25 team shooting performance from 3 for the Spartans.
Brito plays well. Give it to the big guy. He wants it, give it to him.
He's working on a season high 23 once more. Drops the shoulder, got stripped out of bounds. And it will stay Aggie basketball after the timeout. We'll get some seniors some playing time when we return here in Logan. We welcome you back to Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive, part of ESPN's Road to Champ Week, presented by Wendy's. 66-27, you see Craig Smith in his 2nd season. At the helm for the Aggies, he's the fastest coach in school history to reach 50 wins. He's looking for win number 51 here tonight. He's got 200 in his career after 4 years at South Dakota and now his 2nd year at Utah State, and he has brought a winning culture more than anything to this program.
It continues because this was a proud program. We had Stu Morrill, that was a legendary coach, but it's a simple structure. He wants you to play well with the buy-in offensively, move the ball over, side to side, both post touches, and then what is it? Only 10 field goals a game are unassisted. That means over 90% of their shots are off of assist. That's excellent. And then defensively, they want to act and react to the ball. Very simple structures, and he wants you to go at game speed.
Omari Moore has had a really nice 2nd half for San Jose State. He's got 12 points on 5 of 9 shooting, all of those coming here in the 2nd half as Grootvan missed the turnaround. Offensive rebound and a foul on Alfonso Anderson. Got to give credit to Omari Moore. He's just a freshman. He's been scoreless in 4 of his last 5 games. He was scoreless here in the 1st half, and yet when you were asking for somebody to play with heart, play with some emotion and some pride, Omari Moore came out with it here in the second half.
That's all competition is. Competition is simply doing your best. Never be afraid of failure. Never be afraid of success. So take on the challenge. Take on the contest. Take on the fight. If you've got no will to fight and take it on, get it on, man, let's go sit down. Tell some jokes.
And come sit with us in the broadcast booth.
Man, no, don't come sit with us, man. Go on somewhere else. Man, but you've got to have a willingness to get it on, because this is something you love to do. This is something that you would do for free without a scholarship.
That is the first bucket of the game for Seneca Knight. He's now 1 for 8. The leading scorer for the Spartans this season, coming into this game averaging 17 points per game, 37 points in their last outing. It's just been a struggle offensively for him and the rest of the Spartans team. Brock Miller, little touch shot from the free throw line. Grootbaum had the offensive rebound and then lost it.
Coming down with a better rhythm. I like that. Right now, the blue jerseys without Keita in the game as well, because Keita doesn't have a block shot in this game, but he's altered about 7 different possessions where guys didn't try to attack the paint because he was in there.
A smaller lineup on the floor for Utah State as Sam Merrill takes his seat to a round of applause. And so it's Porter, Anderson, Bairstow, Grootbaum, and Miller, the 5 on the floor for Utah State, and the tallest is the freshman Bairstow, who is 6'8" and out of Brisbane, Australia. Brisbane and Suriname. Bairstow and Grootbaum, the double team, drew the steal, and then Grootbaum gave it right back. Knight was trying to go back-to-back, well off the mark.
You know, it's interesting where you look at San Jose State again, and it's been a labor. It hadn't been able to get easy possessions. So one thing we talked about right at the half is the value of having a true point guard that can get their teammates easy possessions, that can slow it down for them when there's a lot of chaos. There's been a lot of chaos in this game.
Alfonso Anderson, another offensive rebound, generating second chance points for the Aggies, who now have 70 total.
Anderson is giving his best beam imitation.
That's right.
His shot.
Crossover for Zach Chappelle, sophomore for Sacramento. Came up short.
Nice ball movement, spacing.
Abel Porter, who's technically a junior, but graduating this season, also going for his master's in human resources. Anderson, another offensive rebound and a putback.
Now that's been a less than inspired. He's got 3 offensive rebounds. I don't think he's Moses Malone out there. So, I mean, come on, your blue jerseys, you got to tag somebody.
Seneca Knight will go to the free throw line.
Okay, the best Moses Malone. Who was he? He was a 3-time MVP before Magic Johnson and Larry Bird back in the 80s. He also was 6'10", but he was an offensive rebounding menace. Man, he'd go after it.
I gotta tell you, as a guy who collected cards as a kid, you could find 5 Moses Malone cards in every single pack of basketball. I don't know, he was the most prolific basketball card of all time. Everybody had 50 Moses Malones.
Yeah, even the bootleggers, bootleg Bobby, where I used to get my hair cut in Charlotte, had some. And I bet you all of them were sweating. He was him, Patrick Ewing, A.C. Green, who you work with a lot. They are the sweatingest.
The all-time sweat team.
Oh, they're the all-time sweat team. Patrick Ewing got himself his money's worth. AC would get a good sweat. Moses would get a good sweat.
Patrick Ewing walked around with a puddle.
Oh, my goodness. That's about the first miscue Utah State has had. We hadn't said anything negative about Utah State. They have been so good. Superlative Sam tonight.
50% from the floor, 50% from
I mean,
three.
pour it on, Big E.
Just their 11th turnover of the game. They have out-rebounded San Jose State 43-23, make it 44-23.
Yeah, and really when the game mattered earlier, they had already doubled them up 16-8 early on going. Only 1 free throw attempt for San Jose State.
Grootbaum getting a standing O. The senior on senior night gets the bucket.
He's going to always remember that one.
Timeout taken by San Jose State. And some fist pumps from Coach Craig Smith to his senior, Rocher Grootvam. 74-35, Aggies on top. They're looking for their 6th straight win in a row. And we welcome you back here to Logan, Utah State on top, 74-35. And we talked about some upsets around the country. Wake Forest knocking off Duke in double overtime.
Where'd they play, if we know?
That was in Wake Forest, I believe.
All right, they get it any way they can take it.
That's right. And we're also monitoring San Diego State and Colorado State. That game is in San Diego, currently tied 40 apiece. Take a look, 113-101 for Danny Manning's crew. Mr. Sarr, the Frenchman, for 25 points, a career high for him. Olivier. I saw him in the Wooden Legacy this year. He is a player.
Really?
He's still pretty raw, but
yes,
he's going to be a really good player.
I'm happy to hear that. I like to hear where young guys can grow into their potential. And that's what good coaching does, though.
Eric Rothman, Adrian Branch here with you in Logan. The Mountain West tilt between San Jose State and Utah State. As the Aggies have won 8 of their last 9 and 5 in a row, looking to stay in the hunt for 2nd place in the Mountain West. Traveling violation.
Now we have for the Spartans, number 11, Christian Gateway. Also making for Utah State, Sam Merrill.
7.5 minutes to go here in the second half as Sam Merrill checks back in, as well as Justin Bean, a late substitution as well.
In for Alfonso Anderson.
Now, this is still a great opportunity. The Aggies are up huge, almost doubling them up. This is a great opportunity to run your stuff, to run your plays, cut with a purpose, move with a purpose. Right now, you're seeing that. There's been no slippage, actually, in this game.
Abel Porter, baseline, rejected underneath by Caleb Simmons. A foul on the play as well.
Two things you have to be able to handle as a basketball player. You've got to be able to handle success. Right now, they've been successful. This program, Utah State, has been successful. And then you also have to handle adversity. Who are you? What are your pillars? What are your non-negotiables? And for this right now, for San Jose State, they've got to continue to come out, throw caution to the wind, the attitude adjustment about competing, because right now, even though they weren't the favorite, obviously, in this game, this has not been their best showing.
Well, Utah State has handled adversity at different points of the season. The injuries that they dealt with, they started conference play with losses to UNLV, San Diego State, and Air Force 3 games in a row, and then 2 games later lost at Boise State after blowing what I believe was an 18-point lead with about 4 minutes to go. And that was adversity, dealing with that as the preseason favorite to win this Mountain West Conference. And the way they have responded, those are 4 of their 5 conference losses. They all came at the beginning of January. They lost 1 more time to San Diego State, but that's it.
Yes.
And they've moved up the leaderboard week in and week out. They were a ranked team at the beginning of the year, then completely off the board.
That's
and
right.
now Joe Lunardi has them as one of the last 4 buys in the NCAA tournament.
That's right. And this is the first time in a long time within the last, 3 to 4 weeks, that now everybody is clicking. Everybody is playing well. And Coach Craig Smith said, this is the team we were expecting and everyone's expecting. And boy, how good it feels.
Well, sometimes you deal with injuries. Sometimes guys develop different points of the season. And if you're a coach, and I'm sure you felt this as a player as well, you want to make sure you're peaking at the right time. And you don't want to give out everything you've got in the first 10 games of the season, because that doesn't mean a whole lot if you finish 10 and 20.
Exactly. That cannot be overstated. You want to be peaking at the right time. Again, this is getting ready to be March 1st. Last, 2 games of the regular season.
Abel Porter, potentially his last time on the floor here at home. A round of applause for the graduating man from Farmington, Utah.
Then they're going to let Sam get his bow, take his bow.
And a credit to the student section as well. There was a 9 p.m. tip here on a Tuesday night in Logan, and not the easiest time to make it out for a game. And a credit to them to come out and support their seniors.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this was a hidden gem. In fact, Coach Smith said when he came, he remembered from the years at Colorado State the crowd, the enthusiasm. And this has been a hidden gem.
And now it's a chance for Diogo Brito to soak it in as well, the senior from Portugal. Brito, 10th all-time at USU in steals, 115 in his career.
Sam Merrill reminds me a little of Joe Harris that plays with Brooklyn. Can get his shot, he's a natural scorer, good shooting and playing hard, covers a multitude of mistakes. No, he won't be in the dunk contest. And then the NBA pre-draft with all those numbers and the shuttle runs, and whatever. Can this young man play? Can he shoot? He can shoot.
It's about 4 or 5 NBA scouts sitting behind us and coming to check out Sam Merrill, coming to check out Mimi Keita. And I was speaking to one of the scouts here with the Houston Rockets, and he really likes Sam Merrill and thinks his game projects well at the NBA level. Talked about him in comparison to a Luke Kennard type of a guy. And, you know, this is the reason why these scouts come out to watch these guys in person, because sometimes you see the stat line and you see the career numbers and it doesn't necessarily tell the whole story. And obviously Sam Merrill's career stats are prolific, but seeing him in person is another thing, and there's a reason why he's being showered with love here in Logan.
Awesome job by the coaching staff, allowing their seniors, and there was enough space in the game to get them out to be celebrated. Nicely done.
Chance for MVP for Sam Merrill. He was the Mountain West Player of the Year last year, the tournament MVP. He'll have a tough time to repeat this year. Malachi Flynn, probably the favorite at the moment. You got Jalen Harris at Nevada, who's had a fantastic season. And Merrill not far behind those two. It's a 3-horse race. Regular season might be locked up by Malachi Flynn, but there's always the tournament, and you never know what type of individual or team performances are coming in the conference tournament.
Oh yeah, because for Utah State, they're going to be smarting from the losses they've had from San Diego State. So that'll be a battle, and I'm sure that's the one team they want.
Rufang trying to go for the slam. Ikwe was the one who came over and got his fingertips on it.
When was the last time you sat through a blowout?
Well,
nice dunk going up.
You know,
good effort both ways. I like the effort
a blowout of this magnitude, it's been a while. I've seen some blowouts on the Tuesday night Mountain West this season. Actually, I've seen a couple at the hands of Utah State. A nice big blowout on the road at Wyoming.
They were blasting folks. I hadn't seen one in a long, long time. And one thing I'm still interested to see, huge basket by Anderson. I'm still interested to see how San Jose State will finish up. That's a tough shot. You still want to play the right way with the shot clock going down, and it looks like this game will be in hand.
Foul as Alfonso Anderson was driving to the bucket. Anderson just now the 3rd player for Utah State to have double figures in scoring. It's been a very well-balanced 81 points. Keita and Merrill had 23 and 18 respectively. And a reminder, Saturday, our full day of college basketball is highlighted by 2 big games, starting at 6 Eastern, number 7 Duke taking on Virginia, and then it's Adrian Branch's 9th-ranked Maryland Terrapins, leading the Big Ten.
On fire.
And they'll host Michigan State.
I like Tom Izzo, one of my all-time favorites, but Coach Izzo, affectionately, you going down. You going down. Ooh, nice, like that 3-pointer.
Seneca Knight. It's been a long night for him. Now just 2 of 10. That's his 2nd 3-pointer of the game.
You want something to build on. Your leading scorer, you want to see him knock down some shots against one of the top-tier teams.
Put back another offensive rebound for Justin Bean.
Nice pass, nice.
A missed dunk from Anigwe. Ball kept alive. Anigwe rips it down, going right at Alfonso Anderson. And Grootvan secures the rebound.
And here the home team respecting the effort.
They're trying to get it to the senior Grootvan. They can't do it. Final 3 minutes here in regulation, and a double dribble called on Richard Washington. 3 minutes and change to go as the seniors getting rounds of applause in their final home game of the season. Up 84-46. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Get slam dunk savings today. Visit progressive.com. Super Tuesday here in Logan, Utah, presented by Progressive, part of ESPN's Road to Champ Week, presented by Wendy's. 3 minutes to go here. Utah State in a rout over San Jose State, 84-46. Eric Rothman, Adrian Branch here with you at the Glenn Smith Spectrum as we take a look at the Mountain West standings. And listen, nobody is catching San Diego State in the final 2 games of the regular season, but San Diego State struggling a little bit. They're off their first loss of the season against UNLV and now playing at home, all tied up under 12 minutes to go against Colorado State. So Utah State, with a win here tonight, would move back into a tie for second with Nevada, who has been on a roll
Steve
as
Alford?
well.
Congrats.
That's right. 600 career wins now for Coach Alford.
And my former teammate Noodles, Craig Neal, assistant coach. The gang is back together.
Yes, they are. They grew up together.
Yeah, had success at New Mexico.
And Iowa.
Just a jump hook or a dunk.
Grootvan, the senior!
With the three! How about that?
Wow, statement.
Bean, his 5th offensive rebound of the game and his 15th double-double of the year.
Gonna get the big fella a big applause, probably, the senior coming out.
Replacing Justin Bean. Warriors. Now in, replacing Roche Grootvan.
As Grootvan comes out for the final time of his home career.
My, that was a thing of beauty. Now that woke me up. That was nice. Wow. Now you got a 7-foot front line out here. Kowalski.
Utah State, tallest team on average in the country. And they've got 2 of their 7-footers out there right now. Kuba Karwowski, the junior from Poland, who's 7'2", and Trevin Dorius, the redshirt freshman, who is 7 foot. And Karwowski, the and one.
I think he has a chance to be good. This young man has a nice feel, soft touch, good move. He's got excellent elevation. I think he's going to be good. Who's that young man I talked about that played at Gonzaga?
Zach Collins.
Zach Collins. I think he's got a little Zach Collins in him.
Now with the Portland Trailblazers. And Karwowski has been injury-plagued this season as Trevin Dorius gets the offensive board and the putback. Karwowski had an appendix removed after appendicitis and has had some lingering health issues throughout the course of the year, but still has another year as he's just a junior.
You can see the length on the Barstow, 6'8", 7'2" with the ball. Miller's what, 6'5". Here's 7 foot.
Dorius couldn't handle the pass.
And he was a walk-on. What is happening when Bean's a walk-on and he averages 10 rebounds a game, and then you've got the big fella Dorius that can dunk on the vertical at 7 feet? I mean, come on. What's happening around here?
The recruiters are not finding them. Couldn't get to Heber City, Utah, or Moore, Oklahoma, apparently.
I'm going to send them a tape of Toy Story and my favorite philosopher, Mr. Potato Head, that'll say, what are you on, stupid pills? I'm going to send him that tape on Mr. Potato Head, because look at that. He's a walk-on Mr. Potato Head. Talk to him. Remember that movie?
I do, of course.
And Sid was a mean little kid. They turned the table on Sid.
Yeah, I like how you're a fan of Toy Story. That makes me happy. 28-2 at home under Coach Craig Smith, now 15-2 this season. And a good job defensively for Utah State. It's the 8th time they've held an opponent to under 55 points this year, if they can hang on for the last 22 seconds. Bairstow missed everything out of bounds. And so the Aggies will head out on the road to finish out the Mountain West season on the road at New Mexico before starting the Mountain West tournament, which begins on March 4th.
Wonderful job by the Aggies being professional, respecting their opponent. They were the heavy favorite. They didn't disrespect them by not playing hard. They respected them by playing hard. Excellent job. San Jose State, it's one day at a time.
Well, there goes my stat of 8 games under 55 points. And 1 for Seneca Knight.
That was a potato head again. that was a, what are we on, stupid pills? Come on. But this was an excellent job from start to finish. It was all about the home team on senior night.
The seniors go out in a blaze of glory. Utah State 94, 56 winners here at home. They're now 23-7 overall and 12-5, moving to a tie for second with Nevada in the Mountain West standings.
The championship runs through Utah State. Nevada is going to be relevant because Steve Alford has been there before, and San Diego State. This is going to be an excellent kind of competition at the top of this conference.
Will Utah State be able to defend their tournament title? They'll find out the first week of March. One more regular season game to go. But it was a great senior night for the Aggies. 94-56, the victory here at home. And we'll be back to wrap it up right after this from Logan.